Hi, welcome to this quick video guide on how to create a story on Teamie. So a story on Teamie is a way for you to showcase learning, add artifacts on different things that you've learned or different things about a project that you're working on that you want to share with your class or with your school or maybe if it's allowed for your school to share it with the world as such. So the way this works is that you click on this plus button and you say that you want to create a story. So let's do that. Uh, let's say we are creating a story for a project we are doing on World War I in our history class. So I will say that I'm creating this for my history class and then I will hit create. I can add a description at this time or I can do that later as well. So this basically is my story. So I can come in here and I can add a cover image and then I can just start adding different documents, files, videos, images, links that relate to this World War I project as such. So let me do that. Let me just make my story relevant to World War I. So I'll put a cover image like that. So I am in here and I select the World War I relevant cover image and I can then select what part of it should become the cover photo. So that's it. I put a nice cover photo for my story and now I can just come in and start putting some different artifacts in here. So this could be images, so I could just come and select multiple images and bring them over here so they just get added very easily. I can give titles to these and I could say key people in World War I. I could say what caused the war, if I want to talk about how the assassination led to that, and I can have other images and things like that here. I could also just have links that I'm adding here as well. So let me go to, I read about an article which relates to what I was studying in school, and I then just want to add that here. So I click on embed, I just paste that URL, and that's it. Now basically it will get that thing here, and now you have the ability to reorder these. So I can say that this thing is the first thing there as such, or I want this image to be bigger because it's more relevant to what is happening here. I can add descriptions here as well, so I can say the assassination triggered the war, and I can write more commentary about why I have added this artifact over here, and same things I can do with other items. I can just drag and resize and make them bigger or smaller depending on how I like it. And if I don't like something, I can just remove it from here itself, and it just makes it easy for me to focus on what I'm doing. I also have the ability to add headings over here, so I can give some structure to my story. So I can say this is causes of the war, and I can then go and drag that right to the top, and I can give it some color if I want, so that becomes obvious. Then I add another section which is, let's say, on the impact of the war, and then I can talk about some impact there. So I can also add in videos, documents. This is YouTube. I can just get the URL again and click embed, paste the YouTube URL, and the YouTube video is here. I can just make it go below that if I want to. So I just add it here, and now I can make it bigger. I can add some description again for this thing. So you can add any kind of artifact. You can make it look whichever way you want so that you can create a story about a project you were working on, or you're just reflecting on what happened in your world history class as well. Now, because this is a story which is like a portfolio, you can also tag these different artifacts. So you can say that this is about World War, and you just hit enter. A World War has been added. You notice that there are these three tags that are appearing over here. So these are three tags that have been recommended by the teacher in the history class who is asking for you to tag whatever you add here with at least one of these three tags. So this is in modern history, so you can just tag that with modern history. If you've added many items and you want to tag them in bulk, you can do that as well. Just select the different items that are there, and you will then be able to tag them together. So once you've added all of those, it says 3 items selected. You can just add the tag, The tag is modern history. Once you're done with that, you just hit apply, and all of them have now been tagged with the modern history tag. Once you're done creating the story is something that you can keep creating as you go. You can now decide to share it with different people. So under privacy, right now this is private. I can choose to make it visible to the history class in which for which I've created the story, or I can share it with other classes as well, or I can share it with specific people. So if I just want to share this with the teacher of my class, I could do that as well. And you can here also see the different tags that you've tagged 3 things with modern history. You have tagged something with World War in this particular story itself. And once you're done, if you want, you can just click preview, and you'll be able to see the story as how others will see it as well. And you will see that others have the ability to add comments, like different artifacts that you've added, or like the overall story itself, or comment on the overall story as well. And if you want, once you've created this thing, you can just go and share this with your class. So you click share, it opens up the shared box here. You say, I want to share this with my history class, and you can say, it has just this text here, and you can change it to created story for the World Wars project. Hope you like it, right? And you can just attach that link and leave it there, and just post it from here itself. So that's it. That's a quick overview of how you can create a story. You can share it with either classes or your entire school, and you can keep building on the story as you learn in that particular class itself.